Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into an ancient text that lays out a choice that feels, well, incredibly modern. It's from the book of Proverbs, and it's all about two competing voices, a decision that honestly can shape the entire course of a person's life.
But before we jump in, let me ask you something. What's the most important advice a parent or maybe a mentor ever gave you? No, really, think about it for a second. That one piece of wisdom that stuck with you, that's exactly where this whole story begins.
You know, we tend to think of the book of Proverbs as some stuffy, ancient rulebook. But what if it's not that at all? What if it's actually a collection of really personal, urgent talks from a parent to their kid right when they're on the edge of becoming an adult?
Yeah, these aren't dry lectures. They're meant to be intimate conversations, passing down the skills you actually need to build a good life. See, the whole idea here is that wisdom isn't something you're just born with. It has to be taught. And who better to teach you than the people who gave you life in the first place?
And this is square one, the starting line. According to Proverbs, the whole journey into a wise life kicks off with this really simple but huge step. Just listening to and honoring your parents. And that right there, that willingness to listen, that's seen as the absolute first step.
Okay, so you've got this great advice from your parents, but it gets put to the test almost immediately. The second that young person steps out into the world, they face a challenge that is, well, as old as time itself, peer pressure. That first huge choice about who your friends are going to be.
And at the core of this challenge is this really powerful universal feeling. I mean, every young person wants to fit in, right? To be accepted, to belong to a group, to feel loved by their friends. But that deep need, combined with that fierce desire to figure things out for yourself, can make you really vulnerable to a dangerous crowd we're just going to call the gang. And this just nails the gang's whole deceptive pitch. On one side, you have this amazing promise. Hey, join us. We're your real friends. We'll take care of you. We'll share everything. But then you look at the other side, the how. And the method is violence, theft, lurking in ambush. They're offering you community, sure, but the price you pay is your own integrity.
And here's the crazy part. This isn't some hidden danger. The gang's whole destructive lifestyle is usually right out in the open. And this leads to this really fascinating and frankly kind of disturbing metaphor about how we're wired as humans.
Seriously, think about it.
Have you ever watched someone just walk straight into a disaster, even when all the red flags are waving? I mean, it makes absolutely no sense, logically, but we see it happen all the time. Proverbs has this incredible image to describe this. It says you can literally set a trap right out in the open, in plain sight of a bird, and it will still fly right into it. The danger is right there, completely visible, but it's just ignored. And that is the tragic power of the gang's allure. That need to belong. It's one of the most powerful drives we have. It can be so strong that the promise of acceptance, that's the bait. It just completely short-circuits our brain's alarm system. People see the awful results. They see the trap, but they still fly right in.
But here's the thing. That sneaky whisper from the gang isn't the only sound in the city. In direct opposition, another voice, a completely different one, starts to rise up. And let me tell you, this figure, Lady Wisdom, she is not quiet.
So let's just remember how the gang operates, right? Everything is secret. It's all about lurking in the shadows, whispering plots where no one can see them, all for their own selfish gain.
And then you have Wisdom. And the difference is just night and day. She doesn't hide. No way. She goes to the busiest, most public places you could imagine. The streets, the crossroads, the city gates, and shouts her message for everyone to hear. This is a public broadcast, not some back alley deal. And what's she yelling about? Well, she does not mince words. It is a wake-up call. She's basically saying, hey, stop being so naive. It's time to grow up, turn around, and accept some correction now before it's too late. So this brings us to the bottom line. You've got two voices, two calls. And your choice, which one you listen to, sets you on one of two very, very different paths. It literally determines your destiny. And just look at how different those paths are. For those who follow the gang, the fool's fate, calamity hits you like a storm. It's all trouble and torment. But if you listen to Wisdom's call, you get the exact opposite.
You get to live with security, with assurance, and without being terrified of that day of trouble. And this is the final kind of heavy takeaway from all this. It's not that you can never change your path, but Proverbs is really realistic about human nature. It says that the direction you set for yourself early in life, it creates this incredible momentum. Those first few choices tend to carve out the path for the rest of the journey. So that really just leaves us with one big question for our world for right now. With all the noise out there today, which of these two ancient voices is shouting the loudest? Is it the slick, seductive whisper of the gang, promising easy belonging? Or is it the clear, public shout of wisdom? And maybe the most important question is, which one are you tuning into?